Hey Home Talkers, I am Lynn from Craftbox Girls, and I am so excited to be with you today. I am going to be sharing with you 5 awesome things that you can do with terracotta pots and saucers. So simple, perfect crafts to get ready for spring. We're going to jump right into it. But what I want to know is where you guys are tuning in from. So we've got Hope behind the camera, Lisa's here as well. So make sure to shout out where you're coming from so I can say hello to you and know who's tuning in. So we're going to start with our first project, which is going to be a ring dish. So I don't know about you guys, but I always take my rings off when I'm washing my hands or putting lotion on, and I'm terrified that I'm going to drop them down the sink. So we're going to start with a small saucer. So this is about the smallest one that you can get at the craft store. And we're actually going to paint it. So I've got this really fun metallic purple paint. Grab a brush here.
We have some people from Oregon and Tennessee saying hi.
Hey Oregon, hey Tennessee. So nice to see you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'm actually here in Atlanta, so Tennessee, you are close. And guys, we are actually doing a giveaway today. So I want to know what are creative things that you have done with terracotta pots. So comment what those are. You can win a Hometalk tote bag, and we will actually announce that winner towards the end.
So we got South Africa, Nigeria, Chicago,
Whoa!
Florida, New York.
Awesome. Hi guys. Thanks for tuning in from around the world. If you're just tuning in, we are doing 5 creative things with terracotta pots and saucers. So this first one, I am painting a saucer and we are going to make a ring dish. So because I don't want to keep you here all day, I wanted to show you how easy the paint goes on to the terracotta pots. If you're wondering what kind of paint this is, it's made by Folk Art. It's color shift. I like it because it's got that metallic look to it, so you can see it reflecting the light. Now, I won't make you wait all day for it to dry, so I've got one that I painted a little bit before we started, so check it out. Dries pretty quickly in about 15 minutes. So our next step is going to be to flip it over. What I love about this is that you actually don't have to paint the bottom because you're not going to see it. We're going to add these little rubber stoppers. So you can actually get these at your hardware store, even off Amazon. If you can't find these, you can use furniture pads as well. So you're going to stick these on the edges. Using about 4 is good enough. This helps it not slip on your counter, especially like if it's by your sink and the sink gets wet. It also helps to not scratch your countertops. So you're going to put these guys on. Guys, if you're just tuning in, make sure to comment and tell us what creative things that you do with terracotta pots, because you can win a Hometalk tote bag, and we will announce the winner by the end. Do we got some fun stuff, Lisa?
Yeah, Linda said she made a 3-tier lighthouse and made the solar panels on top of it as well.
Whoa, Linda, that sounds amazing. If you have a picture of that, can you post that so we can see it? I would love to see what that looks like. All right, guys. Flip it over. Now, if you want to get fun with it, you could really just stop right here, but I like to add some fun things to dress it up. So we're actually going to do a stencil. And I like to share my stenciling technique just because I think this will change the way you stencil. So these are sticky stencils. They're easily adhered to your terracotta pot, and then they come off super easy. So we're going to put our stencil down, make sure it's flat. Get in there and see it, Hope. And we're going to stencil. Now here's the trick to stenciling. Listen up, guys, because this will change your stenciling game. You're going to take a stencil brush, which has a flat bottom. You can get these at your craft store. Dip it straight down into your paint, and then on a paper towel, you're going to offload it in a circular motion. So think about it like you're hula hooping. That gets the right amount of paint off so that it doesn't bleed under your stencil. So then we're just going to come back in. Now, you can do it in a circular motion, but this is a pretty small stencil, so I'm going to do very small circular motions, and then I'm actually going to just tap it to see how easy it goes on. Guys, if you're just tuning in, I am Lynn with Craftbox Girls, and I'm showing you 5 creative projects that you can do with terracotta pots and saucers. And we're on our first one, which is a ring bowl to set by your sink. tell me where you're from. I hear we've got people from across the world, which is so cool. We had Africa. Did I hear Nigeria? We got Tennessee. We got a lot of fun people tuning in.
Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia? Well, I've never been to Nova Scotia, and I really want to go.
Got some bird feeders. That was a fun project.
So tell us the creative things that you've done with Terra Cotta pots, and you will be entered to win a Hometalk tote, and we'll announce the winner at the end.
We got a fellow Athens, Georgia person.
Hey, Athens. You're not too far from us. We are in Atlanta. All right, so simple and easy. Just going to remove your stencil. Voila. Simple and easy. Let your stencil dry for about 15 minutes. What I love about these stencils that are sticky, you can go wash them off and stick them right back to the original sheet, and you can reuse them. And then I've got a few other samples to show you. So I'm going to stick this guy here, throw it over here. Check out these other ring dishes that we did earlier. How fun is this? One for every sink in your house. So while I clean this up, Lisa, we got any more fun comments?
Yes, see, Jennifer said she made a soap dish. Susan says hi from Indiana.
Hey, Indiana. Hi, Susan.
Sarah, go dogs.
Go dogs. I am not a dogs alum, but my husband is, so we root for them when they're not playing Auburn. All right, so our next project, we're actually going to use the Terra Cotta pots and saucers. So here's what you need. So I actually went ahead and painted this for you already. I used a red chalk paint. You can really use any type of acrylic paint that you want. If it's gonna be indoors, it doesn't matter, just use regular acrylic paint. But I like chalk paint because it goes on in one coat and it dries really fast. So, you know, any time savers that you can have, I'm down for it. So we're also gonna use a mini saucer, and then we're going to use a medium-sized saucer. You guys are going to see how cool this is. I know you might be like, where are we going for a candy dish? But you're going to see in a second. You're also going to use a knob. So if you've got any extra knobs laying around from doing a home improvement project, or you can pick these up at your hardware store for pretty inexpensive. I think I got this one for like 99 cents. All right, and a glue gun. So first step, what you're going to do is you're going to take your small saucer and you're going to glue it to the bottom, which is now facing up of your pot. So you can see we didn't have to paint the bottom of our saucer because you're not going to see it. So get some hot glue on there.
Angela said hi from Germany.
Hi, Angela from Germany. You know, I've never been to Germany, but it's definitely on my bucket list to come visit you. All right, so let that stick. Now, the next thing that you're going to need is a drinking glass filled with candy. So check this guy out. I've got some licorice pieces already in here to make it easy. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come back with our hot glue gun. Now if you have plasticware like this, you can use plastic, but I've got real glassware. So I'm going to actually take my hot glue gun.
Someone wants to know where you got your glue gun.
So I actually got this glue gun at Michael's. It's by AdTech. So I like this one because it's got a stand on it and it's got this little precision knob, which definitely helps when you're doing projects that, you know, you need to have really thin lines of glue. All right, so now we're gonna make the top of our candy jar. So remember, we've got our medium saucer. We're gonna go ahead and just put a little dab of glue right there. Clean up that little edge. What I love about hot glue is it's a good and a bad thing. It dries quickly. And we're gonna put our knob right on there. Let it stick, it'll dry in almost like 15 to 20 seconds, which is great. And then it goes on the top. Wait, we're not done yet. We've got ribbon. And if you are doing this for a party, think about, especially if you're doing it for a kid's party, put a sticker on it. So check this out. We're gonna put this letter P, use a sticker. Now, if you have problems with the sticker sticking, just throw some hot glue on the back of it. And then we're gonna take our ribbon and we're gonna tie it around. Guys, while I'm doing this, if you are just tuning in, love to know where you're watching from. We are on our second of 5 projects with Terra Cotta pots. We already made a ring dish, and now we're finishing off our candy jar. And we are also giving away a tote from Hometalk if you tell us what creative projects you've done with Terra Cotta pots. How beautiful is that? You've got your own candy jar. right? And this was so inexpensive. You could do this with pots you have laying around the house, and maybe you've painted some from last year. Just think about repainting them. That's why I love terracotta pots, because they're so versatile. All right, so I'm going to put this guy up here.
Hi from Ireland and St. Louis and Washington and California, Iowa.
Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm Lynn from Craftbox Girls if you just got here. We are making fun projects with terracotta pots and saucers. All right, so next up, we are going to make a terrarium bird bath. So check this out. We're going to use a big saucer. So this is one of the ones you'd use for a really big pot. And if you want, you can paint this, but for this project, I like to keep them natural. So we're gonna use that, and then we're gonna use a upside down pot. You can use a small one, you can use a medium, whatever your fancy is. Coming back with our hot glue gun. So we're gonna do glue right around the edges. And I think this one is probably one of my favorite projects of all times because I love succulents. I love dressing up my outdoor spaces. All right, so check this out.
Oh, we gotta come back in Canada. Someone said they're gonna make this for their son's graduation now.
Oh, I love it. Wait, are you gonna make the terrarium that we're about to make, or are you gonna make this really fun candy dish? This candy dish would be awesome for a graduation. Think about making an actual like whole candy display with a bunch of different ones of these in different sizes. Could be really fun. All right, so you've got this glued in. Can you see it? Using your hot glue. Now your next step is to actually put your succulents and your plants in here. I like to use succulents because they don't need a lot of drainage. So what you would do is actually layer rocks around the bottom, put in your succulent plants, cover them with your soil, and then top them with rocks. Now, since that's kind of messy, I went ahead and did it already beforehand so we can have it for the next step. So
Puerto Rico and Pakistan.
Wow, hi guys. Thanks for tuning in from around the world. Look at this. So next step is going to be to add a top so that our birdies have a place to take a bath. So you can use a regular terracotta saucer if you don't want to be fancy with it and just glue it on the top. But I actually made one ahead of time. So I took this guy and actually did mosaic in the center of it. So with some extra tiles that I had from a project and some cement to give my birdies a pretty little bath. And then what you're gonna do is come back with your hot glue gun and we're gonna glue right around the center here. And we're gonna put our bath right on the top. How pretty is that? All you gotta do, put a little water in. So I'll even show you, I've got a water bottle back here. So add a little water to the top for your birdies to take a bath. And there you go. Place this on your porch and watch the birds come to you. So if you're just tuning in, don't forget to tell me what creative things that you do with terracotta pots because we are giving away a Hometalk tote at the end. So we're monitoring that, so make sure to tell us some cool projects. I'm gonna take this guy and set him over here. Got it. All right. Now, our next one is going to be a coaster. So we are actually going to use a medium-sized saucer. We're going to make a coaster. Now, coasters can be expensive, which is why I love these because you can get them at your craft store for under $1. Think about giving these as a gift, keeping them in the living room, in the kitchen. They're perfect for every occasion. So we are going to start by painting it. So simple and easy. Let me make sure I don't got any paint. Oh, there's some purple on that brush. All right. So we are going to come in and just do some nice coats. So I am using Black Flash, which is a new paint from Folk Art. Discovered it this year at the Craft and Hobby Show. So it is called Color Shift, and I like it because you can see the gold tones in it, and I am a gold girl. So you'd want to paint this. You don't necessarily have to paint the bottom, but you would actually paint the sides. So, and what's great about this paint is it dries super quick. So again, this is a 10-15 minute project, and you usually only have to do one coat. So I'm not going to bore you with painting the entire thing, so I prepared one for you beforehand. So we're gonna swap it out. I like to call it the magic of TV. So,
I Hey, Lynn, why
Yeah.
don't you remind them to like and share?
Yes. Hey guys, so if you're watching, do me a favor, pretty please, like our post and share this with anyone that you think would be excited about making terracotta pots. If you think your followers would like it, pretty please give us a share. All right, and we are on our 4th of our 5 projects that we're doing with terracotta. So we already made a ring dish, a candy jar, and a terrarium bird bath. Now we're making coasters. So you can see it's dry. We didn't have to paint the bottom. We are going to come back with those same dots that we used when we made our ring dish. So we're going to put those dots on the bottom. This is just to protect your countertops, your surfaces, to keep them from sliding around. If you can't find these dots at your craft or your hardware store, feel free to get furniture pads like you'd put on the bottom of your couch. And don't forget to tell me where you're tuning in from. I love hearing that we've got people from around the world. And tell us what creative projects you are making with terracotta pots to be registered to win the Hometalk tote.
We have people lighting them outside, they said, to light the pathway.
Ooh, I like that, especially if you've got like a path in your backyard at night. That's a great idea. Think about putting some citronella candles in them too to keep the bugs away. All right, guys. We have
a question. Someone wants to know if you can make those dots with your glue gun, or how does that work?
Yeah, so you technically could make them with your glue gun. That's a great idea. So you would really just, should we try one, right? So, let me grab a glue stick. We got one in here. So you could just make a dot. I love whoever just came up with this idea. And let it dry.
Turks and Caicos, hey.
Hey, Turks and Caicos, can I come visit you on vacation? It's cold here in Atlanta right now. So that's what you do. Let it dry. You can check it out. It dries pretty quickly. I like these hacks that you guys are coming up with.
Mariana wants to know what kind of paint you use for painting the terracotta planter, because she wants to paint them black and do stencil on it.
Okay, so...
Any suggestions?
Yeah, so if you're going to be putting it outside, make sure that you're using an indoor-outdoor multi-surface paint. So what I used actually on this coaster, this is Folk Arts Color Shift. It is indoor-outdoor. I like it because it comes in 10 different colors, so you don't have to just use the black. And then you can stencil on top of it as well, and it's good to go outdoors without having to put any additional coats on it. But if you're in the paint aisle, get an acrylic paint that says indoor-outdoor. All right, so our next step is going to be to come back with glue dots. So, because you technically could put your drink in here, but think about it, it could slide around. So we're using glue dots. If you don't know what a glue dot is, it's literally just some glue. You could use your hot glue gun again if you want, but I really like these glue dots, and I have a bunch of them laying around because they come in like packs of like 1,000.
Mariana said thank you.
You're welcome, Mariana. Thank you so much for tuning in. And guys, if you like what you're seeing and like these ideas, please feel free to share this post with your followers and your friends. It would make my day. All right, so you're gonna put about 3 or 4 of these guys in. Make sure they're stuck really well. Can you guys see that through the camera? You can see the light film that they leave. And these are really permanent. So once they're stuck and we put our next layer on, they're not going anywhere. All right, next step, take some cork. So you can buy cork at your craft store on a roll, and literally they come in like 8-foot rolls. So do that, or if you've got an old cork board that you're not using, take the cork out and repurpose it. Our team at Craftbox Girls is all about repurposing, so we always like to see what we have around the office or at our homes so that we don't have to go out and buy stuff. All right, so cut it to the size of the inside of your coaster. I went ahead and did this beforehand, and then all you're gonna do is press this down inside so that it sticks to the glue dots. Voila, you have a coaster. So perfect size, whether you want to put any type of drink, a coffee mug, check it out, putting my water bottle on it. Simple and easy, right? Okay, so we've got one more project for you. I'm gonna put this guy over here. So our last one is for all of our hostess with the mostesses. So if you love to have outdoor parties and barbecues but are always looking for creative ways to, whether it's put in your utensils or straws, this is the perfect project for you. So we are going to use a taller So this one's a little bit taller than normal terracotta pot. Again, you can get these at your craft store, really inexpensive. And we're gonna paint it with chalk paint, and this is gonna turn into a chalkboard utensil holder. So we've got our chalk paint over here. Now here's a caveat. I've got two different ways you can do chalk paint. You can either use a brush-on formula, which we're using now. We're using the Martha Stewart chalk paint, or you can use a spray paint chalk paint. So really just depending on how much time you have. We're indoors, so you never ever want to do spray paint indoors because of the fumes and the mess. So if you're indoors, go ahead and use a brush on, but if you're outside, you can use that chalk spray paint and it will literally dry in seconds. So we're gonna actually just go on and paint this. So if you're using a brush on, Martha Stewart's brand is my absolute favorite. One, because it goes on really thick. You can see how thick the paint is. So you only need one coat and it actually dries pretty quickly. And what I found with some chalk paints is that some of them, the chalk actually doesn't come off very well. So this one's actually really good for that. And guys, if you are tuning in, make sure to share the creative things that you do with terracotta pots. If you got a picture handy, you can post it or just tell us in a comment, and you will be registered to win a Hometalk tote. And if you've got time, please share this post with your friends or hop on over to Craft Box Girls page and give us a like. We'd love for you to follow us. We got lots of fun creative projects over there, everything from DIY home projects to kids crafts, party how-tos, and recipes.
Jay wants to know, can you make it waterproof?
So the chalk paint, I'm guessing you're asking about the chalk paint. So yes, you can. So if this is going to be outdoors for a long period of time, you can add Mod Podge Dishwasher Safe. That is actually waterproof so that you can keep it outside. You could also use Mod Podge outdoors, which will waterproof it. And if you use the Dishwasher Safe, you can put it in the dishwasher. Keep in mind, though, if you don't put any of those products on it, and you're using this with utensils and maybe it gets some food on it, I would recommend hand washing this always with just a mild soap and water. Okay, so I'm not going to bore you with painting the whole thing. I went ahead and painted one ahead of time. So I'm going to switch these up for you guys.
Someone says it's a good idea to make those dirt desserts with gummy worms coming out of the terracotta pots.
I love that. Yes, dirt desserts were one of my favorite treats when I was a kid. I think they're so much fun for all ages. I might actually do that at my next party. Thanks for the idea. Okay, so check it out. This was one coat. Goes on really, really well, right? Now, here's the simple part. Just take a piece of chalk. So you can use chalk markers or regular old chalk and then write on it. So I'm going to try and write so you guys can see it. But we are going to put forks in here. So simple and easy. You can get as fancy with this as you want. So if you want to put some ribbon or some twine around the top, you can. We got a question.
Yeah, someone wants to know, does chalk paint work on metal surfaces as well?
It does, yes. So you can use chalk paint on metal. You can use it on glass. I've even used it on cardboard. I've used it on pegboard. It's really multi-surface. Plastic, it may not work as well, but it's great on metal. So let's get some forks in this guy. I like to just use some old napkins that I have laying around to put it in and then put our forks in. And voila, you've got a reusable pot. So you could actually change this up in the next party. You could put straws in it, so just erase. And that is the magic of chalk paint. So that is our 5th project. If you tuned in late, you can definitely start and rewatch this from the beginning, but I'll tell you what we made. So we did ring dishes, so check it out. You can just throw your ring in there, set those by your sink, and we put some dots on the bottom so that it won't slide around. And then we also made coasters, so check out these coasters. And we made a candy jar. So how fun is that? Let's see, it's dry. Glue gun. Put your favorite candy in there. Stick your initial on it. If your sticker doesn't stick super well, just add some hot glue to the back of it. And then this is by far my favorite. So this is a terrarium bird bath. Put this outside and put a little water in there and your birdies will have a pretty bath. And then we wrapped up with a chalkboard utensil holder. We got a question?
We've got 2. We want to know, where'd you get your Martha Stewart paint, and is the paint food safe?
Yes. Okay. So you can get Martha Stewart paint at Michael's. I believe they also have it at Hobby Lobby. I think you could buy it on Amazon as well. It's pretty readily available. Now, here's my caveat with food safe. So I would probably not paint a dish and eat off of it. Just even though these paints are non-toxic, I would not recommend eating off of it. So keep that in mind, but it is non-toxic. So if your child accidentally eats some, it's not the end of the world. But I would make sure to not put it on a dish that you're going to eat off of. We got another question? Are we good?
I think we're good. Linda is the winner.
Linda, congratulations. You have won a Hometalk tote, and we will make sure that we get in touch with you so we can get that tote to you. And then we got another question.
No, I was just saying Linda's the one. She did the Terra Cotta lighthouse. That was her idea.
Oh, yes. Linda, I really want to see a picture of that. So if you have a picture and can post it in the comments, I would love to see it. It sounds amazing. So also you can go to hometalk.com. You can create your own account and post your projects. So make sure to share with us. And if you love this broadcast, this was my first one, guys. I hope I did okay. Please share it with your friends. These are great projects to do with everyone in the family, and I hope you'll join me over on Craftbox Girls Facebook page for some other really fun and creative projects. Now, later this evening at 7 p.m., Hometalk will be live with another fun and creative DIY project, so make sure to check back. And thank you so much for watching from around the world. I appreciate it, and I hope you have a fantastic Friday. Bye, guys.